Virtus.Pro's turn to ban. Virtus.Pro's turn to ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Virtus.Pro's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to WePlay's Mad Moon. I'm OD Pixel here with Parker as we are currently one game into the last series of the day here on the main stream. VP up at the moment against Nigma after a game that wasn't really close at all. Nigma, well, they look rough, but as you said, they've had series before where they have a pretty disastrous game one and they do pick themselves back up in game two. But I mean this series, they've got a lot of picking up to do. It was not good. Game one.
It was so sloppy. They were just getting picked off wherever they went, one by one.
Remaining.
A lot of save your buddy syndrome going in. The lanes were a mess.
5 seconds
playing against
remaining.
the greedy AM at Imbecile, I felt like should have won the lane. Like, I guess the big issue was that Void Spirit mid.
Yeah, that was definitely sort of the catalyst for everything else because we just couldn't have an impact that game. The beginning of the match was too rough. You make those sort of two failed ganks and it's already too many. You know, you are this hero that, you know, can look incredibly strong, and I do believe this hero it is very strong. Definitely does warrant sort of being first picked, first banned, but you can still have those games where it doesn't have the damage. He's an item or two behind the enemy cores. They're just not scared of him at all.
It feels like this hero that you can't just always shove in like first pick and it's going to win the game. Snapfire, on the other hand, not going to win you the game, but I feel like you can shove this hero in first pick and
yes.
This support does so much.
A little easier to execute. Well, obviously different player, different position, but this hero, it's, you know, Void Spirit, you've got to be ready to have that play, and can do it. You know, not saying you can't, but, you know, when you don't, it looks miserable. Snapfire, you just sit a couple of screens away, throw out your ultimate, you're going to get a kill or two. It's that
5
good.
seconds
His laning stage, or her laning stage.
Yeah.
Stand the shotgun as well. Like, hero does a lot. See VP with a new opener, the Treant plus Doom with Timbersaw banned out. You can see Nigma, you know, they looked at that opening draft and thought we need to make some tweaks. VP on the other hand are like, you will give you guys Void Spirit again. We're not going to bother banning it. We'll give you whatever you want again.
Yeah, I mean, they won't take it. I would have liked, you know, Void Spirit and Snapfire on the same team. You don't get to see that a lot. You know, you're sort of getting the two broken heroes of the patch. But yeah, Nigma after game one, understandably, maybe want to try something a little different. Wasn't, you know, maybe we are just not feeling the Void Spirit today. And they'll almost certainly get him on something else down the road. They'll pick up that Shaker. Obviously, we saw last game VP have a great performance with the Shaker. Zayats was making moves everywhere. And they want to have a bit of a go with it themselves. And definitely a hero that, without a doubt, GH, he's going to be much more comfortable on his Shaker to his tiny. You know, Shaker, it's one of GH's heroes.
Yeah, this is, you go back to Liquid with TI, or ex-Liquid, now Team Nigma. This was, you know, it was his Shaker, his Coddle, and his Other. Those were the big three that, you know, you're playing against him, you felt like you couldn't ban all of them. He was always going to get something. go back to his comfort zone. I like this a lot. And
Yeah. Banning out some of the heroes, kind of all the heroes that really screw with the Shaker. So next assassin can trip up the combo with the Carapace, Timbersaw, Bat, great at sort of killing and kiting you, and Lifesteal, a hero that you have a very tough time punishing at all. So Nigma really securing a game where it's very likely that GH, he's going to have somewhere that he can confidently roam towards and someone that he can almost certainly look to kill with these.
Always a pleasure to watch Zayats on the other side play his stream. Heroes played a ton of Na'Vi. Fantastic last game. He's been a great pickup for Virtus. Great snatch for Virtus.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they've looked really good with it. And I imagine he's playing Trian. I don't think you put it in anyone else's hands like some players in 5.
Yeah, I think you're almost right. I mean, sure, sometimes. Well, where with the Doom, maybe you could have seen a support Doom, but no, it's likely that's Rezo's a hero on the off lane.
Yeah, I think Solo can play the Doom as well.
That's true. Yeah, you could have 5
players, though.
It's still good enough.
Impossible.
Has been nerfed over the patches, but no, regardless, at the end of the day, you're going to be this hero that has this ability to just take a core out of the team, take a core out of the game. Doesn't really matter what role you're in, as long as you get that 6 and you're able to find the way to get in and use it. And obviously, having a tree, a hero with a lot of control, that is going to be the hero that sort of steps in first and is able to set up and buy time for the Doom to quickly walk in and Doom down someone that's already been rooted in place.
So far, we'll see what Nigma looks to go for. Probably maybe thinking about some of those carries that are less afraid of the Doom. That's where PL gets banned with all the illusions. He's not a Doom target. Wraith King always one that comes to mind as well.
Wraith King, we don't see a lot of it. But you're right, against the Doom, it certainly was one of the cores that was picked as a real counter to the impact on it. Obviously, if it is like a support Doom rather than an offlane Doom, you're maybe less fussed about picking something that makes the Doom irrelevant because there's a 5. There's other ways of dealing. He's not going to have a lot of armors, like items early on. He's not going to be tanky remaining. Kill him. But they still, don't know exactly what role he is in, so it's definitely something for Nigma to keep in mind. Bans out from VP now. Looking to shut down some of the cores, obviously. Both supports being revealed here by Nigma. 2 heroes that, maybe Mind Control plays some offlane Shaker, but I think overall, very likely to just be your support openers. And as you say, could very much be the support openers we're seeing from both teams here with the hero reveals.
Imagine VP discussing Meepo. It's like, are they going to Meepo? Because theoretically, it got banned last. Maybe Nigma want to pick it 3rd or 4th here instead. So VP is like, okay, if they pick Meepo, what are we going to pick against it? Or do we just ban it here?
As I was talking about earlier today, my favorite thing against it, the ET. I really feel like this level, I don't think... if you pick Meepo and let yourself get sort of mid-ET'd, I don't know if you can win that game. I think I want to see it. I want to see how Meepo sort of beats ET, but honestly, ET has some insane strengths against the Meepo with that spirit. Something that at least I've seen definitely Nigma's player, obviously Weeha, he does this in pubs. He himself has, I was watching one of the streams recently and he did play mid-ET against
oh wow.
I don't think it was no one's maybe.
Was
it no one? It was some sort of pro in the mid lane. He smashed him. Absolutely destroyed him. Okay. But well, we'll see if we get to see that sort of excitement today. For now, it's just going to be another pick up the Prophet. Still doesn't really reveal too much, right? This could be a solo Prophet and a Rezo Doom. It could also be a Rezo Prophet and a solo Doom.
I've seen mostly 5 position Prophet, but it is up in the air a bit. At the same time, they're just 3 heroes that don't say too much about your draft. No. VP save their mid, their last. Pretty typical when you're playing in their position, the second pick. So yeah. Just want to not give away too much there first.
I like it. And it's, again, a lot of ways, like we saw last game with VP responding to Nigma's plays. With these heroes, laning-wise, you're going to be catching people off guard all the time. Trees suddenly pops out from the trees, Prophet's TPing in, Doom's running you down. A lot of aggression here from VP's heroes early on. Nigma, they've not got the worst ways to play against it. I'd say these supports, 2 very strong supports right now. Snapfire in particular is more than happy to turn up to the early brawls. You're playing against a couple of heroes, Doom and Tree, who do sort of want to stay on top of targets, so easy chance for teammates to turn around and you just set up a cookie stun.
Wouldn't mind like some mind control Beastmaster or something.
Okay.
Give vision control
clear the trees.
To tree in, yep.
Virtus.Pro's
fairly strong laner. They can revenge though.
Alright, and
one of these heroes is a core. Whether it's the Shaker or the Venge, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, who's it gonna be? I feel like it's most likely to be a Venge core. Out of those 3, would you say?
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
I mean, GH playing Shaker.
And also, Venge's
10 seconds.
I mean,
remaining.
obviously, Venge's as support can be nice against Doom. You're swapping out the Doom target.
5
He uses the
seconds
Doom. It's very
remaining.
likely you can get whoever it is far enough away. You've not only got the swap, but you've also got the cookie jump. So a lot of, throw force stuff into that. And it is hard to make the Doom plays because they have a lot of ways of just detaching that hero from the fight, giving him time to wait off the Doom and return. So it is nice in that sense. Just interested is going to be where they do go. I mean, maybe it's just a mind shaker. Maybe a small flesh shaker.
The awkward thing is neither Venge nor Snapfire. I really Snapdragon. New heroes' names. They're not really burned in my brain yet. Neither's really a 4 position. That's where I'm like, to me, I mean,
sure,
some teams have
like
run the old grandma as a 4 position, but I think they've been played in the 5 role. Same for Venge. So I don't
10 seconds remaining.
Where
no,
like,
you feel GH has got to be on his shaker.
Yeah.
And then you maybe small flame Venge from MC.
Oh.
Okay, so this makes the core Venge make a bit more sense, I feel, because you are now running this lineup where I wouldn't be surprised if it is indeed going to be a Rapier Rush game. You get this Rapier 25 minutes, Spectre. He'll have his Radiance, but he's maybe if he's had a good time, actually, he could actually have like the Manta as well, and also could also go Manta Diffusal, which is pretty nice. And we didn't really talk too much about the Spectre, but the Spectre, a very good pick against these 3 heroes, as we talked about. They have that mechanic to get someone out of the fight. It's not going to save you anymore, because as soon as you swap back and forced away, suddenly you're isolated on your own, and Spectre's going to haunt and get on top of you and keep on top of you quite easily with the dagger. And then obviously even the Prophet, he can still chase. He's going to be TPing over, getting there. So the Spectre was a really good shout. And I think Nigma, I mean, maybe they won't go for like the aggressive Rapier Rush, but considering how game 1 went, and considering the fact that they picked it into the Spectre, I feel like that's got to be the route they want to do, because I don't know if necessarily saying, okay, we want to just farm, take it super late against the Spectre is a good idea. Tiny's the final pickup, will probably be Weehard, Tiny in the mid then, I would imagine. MC, I think, will play the offlane Venge, and very much, a lineup. The 4 heroes around the Deucer, they can make play. You have 4 stun. These heroes are all ready to move around the map, get stuff done. The final pick for the offlane from VP will be the Darkseer. So someone that's going to be able to farm up these early auras, give that protection from this sort of 4-man gank squad that Nigma's going to be walking around the map with. And again, another way to make sure who's ever swapped away isn't getting out of there. Suddenly, Spectre's not only haunting in, she's surged up as well, and you cannot escape.
And I feel like Darkseer is always one of these heroes that makes Spectre come online a lot faster with the Iron Shell as well. It just means you can fight fairly early with your phase boots.
And who's going mid, Parker?
Oh, and VP. Question.
Who's the mid? Is it a mid Prophet? I feel like out of the 3 heroes, no one would be sort of more a mid-natured Prophet player.
I've seen him play that at least once before.
You're not playing Tree mid, no way. And I'm pretty sure you're not playing Doom mid. And I don't think you're playing Darkseer. Or maybe you are.
I mean, you're against the melee heroes, Tiny, theoretically. Like, assuming that's we have playing it.
Oh, it could. You're right. Maybe, you say because you. But then could you not just slide the Deucer into mid and be fine, or do they have to give Miracle the safe lane? Interesting picks.
Yeah, we'll be hopping in the game and see who picks up what soon, because that'll tell us. Yeah. No one's going to maybe just.
Yeah.
And Enigma, even for them, it's like.
We think mid, we know what's going on, but indeed, this could be some like Miracle carry, carry Shaker, some support Medusa.
Okay, we know who's playing Medusa. Let's not go too crazy, Owen. Like.
You never know. I mean, they got to switch something up from last game. And interesting, both teams really have done it. And very excited to see what VP's able to pull off in that mid lane. But I'd say my money's on no one playing the Prophet mid. Oh, maybe the Darkseer mid. Maybe they've got some idea there.
Doom's going safe.
Carry Doom. We saw it. He was playing that Hector, right? Back in the major in Leipzig. He was doing some Carry Doom.
I'm getting pretty crazy.
You got pretty good talents, get Soul Ring, you just somehow find level 15 and 20. It's not that hard, I'm sure. And
I've seen Spectre also play offlane. Envy's team once did that. And some Bone 7 offlane Spectre.
Prepare for battle. Didn't see that coming.
Did they ever? No, I'm joking. I miss Envy. Where is he? Hey, he made it to the... Is
it the minor? Yep.
Is it the minor?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Playing
very nice.
Sanders.
Excited to see that. Those are whatever they are at the moment. Well, let's have a look.
Mid-Doom.
So, what? All right, I didn't expect that one. I did not expect that one. No one coming in with the BM. He said last game was so easy. I'm going to play mid Doom here in game 2. All righty. I mean, I wonder what the logic is here from VP. So why, obviously running mid Doom, you're going to get the 6 very quickly.
Yeah, the 6 gives you some kill threat right when you get it, but I think it's more about not just it's getting levels quickly, not specifically level 6. It's like you get a fast level 10.
30 seconds.
This hero with levels gets really scary. You max your Devour incredibly fast, so you're going to be top net worth for a lot of the early game. Yeah. And also on the Nigma side, it looks like it is a support bench. Kura's on the bench, so...
All right, so who's on the... Wait, who's on the snap then?
It's a 3 position.
It's okay, offlane Snapfire from Mind Control.
Not seen
The battle
Let's see,
begins.
let's see what it does with farm. I mean, in theory, it works, right? One of the main items you will buy on a Snapfire is the Greaves. You're giving her the farm priority, so she's going to get the Greaves quicker. And you can sort of afford to have these supports in these core positions because you have a Deuce. I mean, you're kind of putting everything on the Deuce, you know.
Yeah.
This Miracle Medusa has to be this beast to carry the game. He has been, he's done that before. He's done it, we've seen from the way they can play around the Medusa. But again, just putting everything into the Medusa basket. And, well, we'll see some Snapfire on the offlane. Definitely a strong hero, regardless. And it can scale. If you want to do that sort of late game right-click build, I think it's level 20, you get the talent that enables you to use your actual right-click damage as part of the game. So there's some thought gone into this by Nigma, and I'm excited to see if it works out.
Yeah, it just feels like it gives Spectre a free farm lane, but Mind Control immediately going for some wave pulling. Oh my god, that's a long TP.
What the? He could have had that.
Stopped hitting.
I mean,
he didn't realize.
He didn't. To be fair, like, yeah, exactly. Like, he's not going to expect that because that was very greedy from Mind Control. Does he actually have regen on him?
Headdress.
Oh.
Does that count?
No. That's an no from me. All right, that's probably better that he didn't kill it because now he's just got to sit by his tower.
He's got his career
holding on to his 4.4 HP regen.
He's got his
all right, okay.
Tango's. Oh, Salvin and
Let's go Salvin.
Dire's top tower
but still, not the greatest of starts there. We saw Mind Control already was trying to cut the creep wave. He can't really do that. He's very vulnerable because there's the Blightstone right on solo.
Yeah.
He just shredded him. With the treants, he nearly died.
Rough one. That's not good for his lane. Spectre could be just free farming. Doesn't have the best CS so far, but
under attack.
Likely change.
See
how well they can secure Medusa.
Thanks for the courier, Miracle. I'll take that.
Dire's courier has been
I think he's got to control the other delivered maybe even.
I think he did.
No, he goes right bank. So he got his item, but
something. But still,
yeah.
a little
Doom, fast bracer. There's just going to get a quick double bracer and be unkillable in lane. A really nice way to play against mid tank or with a lot of kill threat. Get tanky early. Limits what you can do. Zayat, I mean, if you're Curry, you're happy to Zayat's away from the lane. As long as Medusa's farming, you're happy, yeah.
Gotta respect the tree.
He's going for the suicide.
He was, but he's also fine. Surge will be able to make it away.
Ooh, out of XP range, I believe.
It was indeed. Kills to die.
Curry's still level 1.
I think did he get XP?
I don't.
Because he was. No, okay.
I don't think he was doing it. If he's okay. Yeah.
Shout out across to JJ on the camera all day today.
Nice play. He immediately surged away and ran to the other tower. He wanted to suicide, but in the right place.
Down bottom, Kuman's farm, 11 for 5. Snapfires, it's really that slow beginning of Mind Control. They are going to try and mess around with Kuman here, but turns and GH brunt the damage.
Sold on this core just yet, but we'll see. It's going to kind of feel like to me like they have 2 fort positions, which maybe is fine because they are running.
GH may Mango. Doesn't get it out in time. Mike Control is able to kill it. Gets the first blood. He also, Miracle was able to turn and kill off Zayat. Resolution got Kuro in the trade, but Nigma are able to still kill the carry up top and a kill down bottom for the course. A couple of kills there. But Nigma's able to get going this time round.
Rezo see this courier. He's seen it now. Being baited in by it, but that's the other reason Rezo really wanted to make sure he ran away from it, because that would have been a flood. The tower denied. Still, first blood gets picked up by Nigma regardless. And getting killed in the top and bottom lane. Doom having a great time mid, up by 10 CS.
Oh, 27-6, yeah, he is. We just got to be careful. A couple of creeps to die, and no one's going to have to Doom, and then he can just go straight for the kill. So this creep wave will give it to him, right? Yeah, he's got it. He's going to have to stick. So now Weehar's got to be a little careful. He's following up. Top lane, Kuro again, able to set up onto Zion. Weehar's going to walk across, but not. He's level 6.
He might be able to outrun this, though. Yeah, okay, he's fine. There's no phase boost, there's no running lane.
Top lane. Nigma set up onto Rezo as well. Attempting to find. Will be healed up by the living armor. Snakes out once more. They drop down the board. Vision on him. He's got Surge back up. Rezo will manage to speed his way out. 5 minute rooms are up too. So he'll take him. So I don't know, Nigma, they're getting the kills going on the side lanes. It is definitely going to be a bit of a problem though. The mid lane is as one-sided as he is. Weehar had a slow game in game 1. This one already, it's going to be another time where Weehar's hero is just going to hit the ball rolling very quickly.
Better off without the Doom. This kill getting very low here though. I believe he has this kill. Could get a toss.
He's got to respect the right click of Solo. Solo hurt.
Charging forward with an Avatos combo, but he can't find the Doom.
Solo here. They come back in. They've got the stun combo. They will get the kill. GH is there to back up his boy Weehar and get some action. And there's the job. No one is still sort of separated from his lane, from his stage space. He's chased out. Kuro GH staying on top of it. He's going to have to score back in again for a bit of speed to try and run. But a toss forward. There's the setup. And finally, they'll get the kill. Kuro's able to take it. Takes a lot of time. This has made a bit of a distraction as Zayat is solo killing Miracle. He's downed up, living armor. He's even going to be able to walk away.
I guess maybe he had some help from an Iron Shell?
I don't even think he did. Did he have Iron Shell on him?
Maybe try recap one more plus that. Damage. Darksy did some damage. Damage done by Darksy here. 144 with Iron Shell.
Okay.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Whoa, this is away. Trees out.
It was just a brawl.
7-2. Bottom lane, 2 man. From Mike Control and GH.
Radiant
Heals
are
making
scanning.
sure to try and keep his carry safe. The pressure has been on. Even though they are getting the kills, Nigma, you do have all 3 quarters of VP have 40 CS. They're doing very well for 7 minutes in. The farm for both Mind Control and Weehar continues to remain slowed down to a halt. Weehar, by the looks of it, is just going to continuously look to make plays down now. Though he doesn't want to head for a farm. He wants to get in. They're going to get in on him instead. Jump forward with the horn. 2 man's in on his target. No one's running him down. They'll have the damage to kill him off during this one. They only need the backup of the Prophet as Weehar will fall. I think that was pretty much an immediate play as soon as the Doom came back online, no one making sure that he can just continue to ruin Weehar's games.
Great call. It just needs the +1. The Doom by itself, when you don't have phase boots, Infernal Blade, kill, you need to close with a dagger, and well, good little move. And yeah, like you said, all 3 VP cores are kind of free farming away. So despite Nigma having that 8-2 now 8-3 kill advantage, it's not really been a one early game. If anything, VP are in a much better position. Kills are kind of keeping Nigma close.
Look at this as well. No one's trying to haste these in. He's ready to chase down some more unsuspecting fools. GH, he's running. There's the damage. Crit. They cannot get away. Maybe he'll turn and help out Zion. Where do you want to go? No, he's diving in. He does finish off the kill. Now, will play it safely though. Stand by his tower, make sure the tower turn upon him. But VP really starting to punch back in kills. As we say, no, this is now them getting kills on top of the already strong lead. Let's not one cable is the fact that it's all 3 cores of VP having as good of a start as they are. And again, you know, some slightly greedy stuff. It's a mid Doom, it's a carry Spectre. They're not being punished yet.
I think the thing you're happy about for Nigma is you've got this free farming Medusa. So it's one of those things where last game was like, we had lost this mid lane, and you're like, oh crap, how do we win this game? Because Miracle was also struggling, and he's super hard carry on the troll. This game is a super hard carry, he's in a free farm lane. You're probably just telling WeHouse like, look, dude, I'm doing great. I can carry this game. Just try to get your Blink Dagger up and
top tower is under attack.
make some move. You're on no pressure to make plays as we had this game, as long as Medusa's free.
So it's definitely a better fit for Nigma's lineup, something that they are much more comfortable with finding the victories with.
And that's where I think watching some of those recent DPC qualifiers, Nigma started to look good when Miracle was back playing these super hard carries, like playing heroes like anti-mid. That's where it felt like they were starting to get back into a room.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Kokoro does reveal his position, throwing out the wave of terrorists. They know he's down south. Still a little too far away from them. They won't continue to try and hunt him down. They're going to look at the timings.
10 seconds till the outpost.
Can they do this in time between the two of them? I don't think so. No, they don't have any way to cut down the tree and get in from the low ground. So the outpost will remain in control of Nigma.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
No bonus for VP here at the 10-minute mark. Might find some kills. As no one's going to be moved up top. Surge forwards. Pro 46, but this Doom will not do enough. No one's very strong at the moment. Multiple ways that they can enable this hero and make it impossible for Nigma's lineup to escape it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Try and get the gank off. Again, and solos there. Forward. Grant Zoo will stop. There's the horn. They're trying to find the snapfire immediately. The Mind Control switch back, pops the ultimate. There's two-man jumping in. Now that the ult ends, VP are ready to fight. Jump forward. On top of no one. Backing missiles out. Can they quite kill him? He's surged. No one can run away. Living armor healing him up too. Skylar's not kill him. As Mind Control does manage to escape. Two-man, he's trying to weave his way through the trees. Can Nigma find him? Yes, they can. G8 slams him down with a fish. Double kill for the Shaker as Nigma will manage to punish VP for diving in a little too deep.
I think Kuman got baited by his teammates a bit there. They were too committed under the tower for that fight, and they know how important this Doom is. He's their leading farmer. In some ways, him dying is worse than the Spectre dying because of how far ahead he is. So, but at the same time, you know, Kuman wants to farm, get his item timing. You're playing against Medusa. You're worried about getting your farm as fast as possible because that death ball push can come.
Really nice usage of the space there as well. Miracle just cleaning up mid, taking down the tier 1 tower. Is, you know, the game for Miracle Producers, it's set. It really is. Everything is sort of geared up for him to carry. VP start to really abuse the power their lineup has at this point. Continues to run them down. No one's into the jungle. On top of the back, but he'll continue to try and stay on at him. He cannot quite chase him though. WeHouse still has that movement speed buff. Phase boots.
Radiant structures
not a chase they want to commit to. Does have some objectives. We are just
Radiant
Mind size in the trees. Sprouts out. Is cleared out.
Dire's middle
Tree himself. Tree's dead. Tower is taken.
That mid tier 1 tower is so important. Playing it just gives you full access
Radiant's
to
bottom
basically
tower.
both the mid lane. So it helps them control the game.
Attempt. No one wants to back. He's out.
Though he's low cooldown. Sure.
Yeah, and he's chasing. Of course, low cooldown as well on the phase boot. So he's got like constant phase boot spam. Try and stay on top of there, but he'll back off, respect the fact that there's now 4 showing mid on Nigma's lineup. But this does continue to let everything go to plan for Miracle. He got another bit of space down bottom. He takes another tier 1 tower on his own.
Seems to be farming in the right places, away from all the action. Every time I feel like there's this Doom running at 3 heroes, I look at the minimap and Medusa's on the opposite side of the map. He's gone from top down to bottom into the jungle. He's never near the action, and it's always free.
Wise play so far from Miracle. He's really setting himself ahead of everyone else this game. So there will be that timing when Spectre's got the first time there. I don't think he's rushing the Radiance this game, is he? He had like a Yashik earlier.
Manta Defusal maybe against Medusa.
It is, yeah, it is very strong. Radiance obviously always, it never feels bad if you can get it super quick, but his farm is slowing down a bit. You know, VP's trying to make these plays, they're not getting away with the kills every single time. Manta Diffusal, then he's truly ready to just commit onto the Medusa and cause a lot of problems. And mana burn as a concept is incredibly strong in the game. And all of these time, they've got pretty low mana. You know, you get on top of that with the horn illusion, certainly they're not able to get that.
Medusa is in the fight.
It's good setup as well. It's now far off the backlines. No one is blocked in as well. He is perfectly lining up that vision, so there's no escape for the Doom. They'll lose Kura, but again, they're taking the advantage. They get a good kill, involvement for Miracle. Miracle can go straight back to farming. GH may even be able to set up another one here as he's chasing down Solo. Miracle's going to come across to get a bit of a bite on this. Solo looking to hide. There's the setup. There's the kill for Miracle. More money for this Medusa. And Nigma, they're not quite done. They're starting to run over VP on all areas of the map. Two-man forced away. Killed off Zayas right in front of him. TPO from Rezo comes into play to keep him safe, so Nigma cannot continue to dive. But it really is looking like a great start for Miracle's do so. 15 minutes into the game, his farm continues to be unrivaled. There's now nearly a 3K hit from him and Spectre at this early point of the game.
Haley done. Back in the mid lane, great last team fight, but he's being down. It's a big difference in his impact of the game compared to game one. That fissure in the last fight when you've got that Mortimer's Kiss is raining down. Great
I will rise next season.
I believe he may have been looking for a castle.
He was, yeah. He was revving up the Doom and can't get it off. Probably for the better.
Yeah, I don't think he would actually get any kills or anything.
Not at all. Miracle coming in behind the two of them. See if they can get me very, very tanky with that ice armor creep.
What happened?
Yeah, you got to be careful focus. Maybe the GH Miracle. The monster coming in, slams down. He's deep, he's so tanky with that armor from that ice ogre, but they will kill him. It takes the full lineup, but it does the job. He's deep the tower. Two-man does commit. You kill Snapfire, but he's in trouble himself. He's running away. A very nice back wall from Rezo. He tried to set things up, but they still lose two-man. The illusions will kill off CH. But this commitment from VP is costing them heavily. It's 3 dead. Rezo surges away. Zayas is hiding in the trees, or at least trying to, but we are Kuro. A Miracle will surround him. We'll try and weave his way back out, but the damage is cannot get back to safety. Cut the trees. There's 4 heroes dead on VP. These team fights continue to be handed to Nigma, and every single time we're seeing Miracle just clean up the last moments of glory. He said at the start he was playing it very sensible, staying away from the action. Now he knows that he's very safe. With the Manta style done, he can turn up, not feel worried about being the focus or the immediate target from the lineup of VP. And because of this, his excellent movements around the map and now this involvement, he is that damn farm. He's got his Manta, he's just picked up the Eagle Song, we're only 16 minutes in. He's nearly doubling the net worth of the cause on VP's side. This Medusa is out of control at 16 minutes in.
Like, knowing there was going to be a hero this far ahead in net worth, I would have maybe expected to be because of the Devour bonus. The unchecked. Same net worth. Have it 17 minutes.
And it's, you know, I think you're definitely sort of going to feel this as VP. You're looking to your Spectre, but your Spectre just, he's sort of turned up to too many fights that just haven't been a surefire win. He's sort of having to commit to get just like the backliner. Sure, he kills off like Snapfire, and it is a position 3. But Nigma, they've drafted in a way where they have 4 heroes, 4 players that don't mind dying. As long as Miracle's living, everything's going to plan for them. It's an ideal sort of strategy for Nigma, especially after the game when they're like, well, we have 4 people feeding all game. Let's draft the draft that actually works for us if we do end up feeding. And this game, they're not even doing that because they're able to play it so smoothly and keep BP behind. But look at this net worth. I mean, they're sort of taking a little bit of a hit, but even that, they're not that far behind BP's core. Like Nigma's supports the backlines are catching up because of the objectives they're taking. They're moving Miracle around the map. They're going to be able to put some pressure on this tier 2 tower. And Miracle's just becoming a huge problem with this Spectre. You know, Kuma, he needs the Manta Diffusal before he's able to do anything. I guess.
It's only a 3k gold lead, but it feels like it's a 8 to 10k gold lead because of how far ahead Medusa is. That Medusa's difference in net worth over the cores is really what the gold difference is right now, because Miracle's just poison the front line, getting buffed up by the Benja Aura, having basically, I mean, this is a good old-fashioned 4 protect 1. You don't see it a whole lot, I feel like, these days. Usually there's like at least a secondary scaling core, but both WeHart and
then they go, right away, Manta, causing the target to Doom. No one's still able to get it down though. They can still try to kill him. Of course, when the man is still on, down to 3. They keep him, well, they're trying to lock him in with a sprout, but if anything, it's just keeps him safe and out of position. As he's fine. They've got to get out of it. Kuman will manage to TP out in the trees. But that's just sort of the impact that no one can have right now, and it's not great. He's running in, he's dooming the carry, it doesn't matter. You can't get the kill done because your other carries with the Spectre, they just don't have the item. They're running around with a Yasha and a Blade of Alacrity. It's just going to kick the heroes Nigma right now. As the tossback solo, he's gone. They're pushing on this top lane. They'll take this shit to town. 19 minutes in. Again, Nigma, they're doing this strategy with a two-step. It really seems sort of like the best trick they have. This sort of 20-minute period of the game where Miracle, if he's left on top, he will just lead the team to victory, charge down these lanes, breaking the base at this point. It's far too early for VP to really be able to deal with. And sort of like game 1 where it's very hard to sort of see a way out for Nigma. In this game, there's at least something for VP with the Spectre, but I don't know if they're going to get anywhere close to it with how fast Nigma's starting to play with the strength they know that Miracle has right now.
Yeah, all of the items Spectre feel like they're going to be too late. No outpost for you, and what's
They've got enough damage. They'll try and toss him away from further back up.
Radiant's
The rest of Nigma are trying to come in. Solar's going to TP in. He himself may be in trouble if we are able to get the cooldowns back in place. Make it going. In fact, he's just ignoring it. He still wants to stay on top of Kuman. Even control. Toss back there, straight into the hands of Mike Control. Miracle. He gets into the position to climb the frozen by the Stone Gaze. Commit to GH, locks him down. Rezo is dead. Kuman will manage to TP out the trees. No further cancel or control to stop it. But they just cannot get anything in their favor. It really has been a series where, I mean, you set it up the game 1, which is in these games, these series, they'll have a terrible performance in the first game. They'll come with something that they're a little more confident with in game 2, and it's hitting VP very hard. And VP, they may have gone sort of a Doom mid pick too far. It's just hard. But this hero, for no one, his impact is running in, dooming someone. We saw it. It's not going to sort of phase the Deucer at all. They can save Miracle. They can keep him safe, and that's the mid. It's for them. It's all about the Spectre, but. Kuman Spectre, level 14, he's 1-2-2. Miracles, Medusa, level 18, 7-1-5. The map is not going to go in Spectre's favor anytime. If they got the damage to kill him, okay? They will get Medusa. Big skill for VP. Oh, it couldn't have been any better for GH. Out of nowhere, in with the full-man slam, and he's pushing them back. Vision down, WeHart has been blocked in by his teammate, Sprouted as well, as WeHart cannot stay on top of no one to throw out the tree to start. The GH there with some flashy plays, flashy fingers gets him. Make sure that Nigma has a bit of a chance to turn things around, and they are still fighting. Toss forward on there. The illusion, the dead body of Kuro sets up the vision, sets up the kill. They'll still get 3 out of this. So again, sure, they kill the Deucer, but it's costing them a lot, and that's with the use of the Doom. Now it's going to be another 100 seconds of gameplay where they don't have that Doom, and without the Doom, they're not getting the kill.
The big difference that fight was just having the mana burn of the Digital Inspector. That much, a little bit easier to kill Medusa once she had been doomed. So unfortunately, it did so much. That was 4 death. The Nature's Prophet with the dieback in that fight. Enigma may just immediately knowing that most of the ultimate Doom and Haunt are on cooldown. Versus respawned and TPing in that direction. If she gets an Aegis, that could just
be a temptation, because with that rapier, you are doomed. You are going to kill everybody.
Oh yeah.
And shoot. He knows this Aegis is going to be theirs, and you get the rapier, and you are prepared to win the game. So this pre-30-minute game ending rapier pickup from Miracle is put in a much riskier position. This game, not one of those has. So he has safety, and just having the Blood Roar alone, just being able to will help you survive throughout a Doom.
He is fair bit short of it though. Farm up Rapier before they go for a push. I think they're strong enough they can just go with Aegis. Rapier, if you're like 1,000 gold away from it, you may be like, all right, let's finish the side
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Go mid without.
I mean, if any, or yeah, we'll see if they want to push high ground, or they could just clean up these tiers. Maybe some easy cash bonus that pushes them close towards
Radiant's
that.
middle tower is under
Play
attack.
off the mark with the stars inside, take the
Dire's
creep.
bottom tower is
Leave
under
the
attack.
weak
Radiant structures are
the hero he
fortified.
wanted.
Radiant's middle tower
This
is
tower
under attack.
going down. No interest
Dire's
from VP to
structures
try and
are
defend
fortified.
from the side of their base at least.
Dire's bottom tower
Turn
is
from
under attack.
pushing in
Radiant's
five.
middle tower has fallen.
DD Rune has been spotted top for Nigma, so Miracle could quickly hop over, grab that. Maybe look to try and get straight back in there and look to do some damage to the base of VP once more.
Free Rapier. Ferrari. May look to go. Solo is trying to cut mid lane.
Now Kuro is able to get the easy spot straight away. Mike drop off in, they've got the damage on the CD. Remand, shield wall, dead on. Vacuum wall comes out, but it's not soon enough. So they'll throw back for resolution this double damage to allow Miracle to clean up his heroes incredibly fast. No one, he'll get a trade kill onto Kuro, but they're already down 2 cores on VP.
Radiant's middle tower is under
They
attack.
will fight until this DD is
Dire's
worn off
top
at
tower
least.
is under attack.
That might be cue for them to look to run in and get that Doom. You don't really want to do Medusa anymore now that she's got this AD.
Yes.
Like, that's how they won fights, was let's just Doom and try to throw everything on Medusa to kill her off. It's 4 protect 1, you kill the 1. Killing the 4 doesn't do a whole lot.
And with that fight, Miracle is now that close to having the raid. So he's just going to head back, say, look lads, let me, as you say, farm up that final 1,000 gold. And suddenly you've got a Rapier, and you've still got a good few minutes left on the Aegis to play with.
That's the big thing. Can you keep enough of your base alive to stall out the Aegis? And then when the Aegis expires, you need to find a way to kill the fight. Scout's push coming. It's going to look to Meteor Hammer. That's the key thing here to stop the push. It's just killing creeps.
And of course the siege creep does prevail. But there it is. Rapier
Radiant's
picked up
bottom tower
25
is under
minutes.
attack.
This is the timing that Nigma Miracle knows they can close this game 2 up with.
They want to get Mega Creep. If they
Radiant's bottom
can't do
tower
that, get
has
into another
fallen.
lane of fraction at least. You don't want to let this Aegis Rapier. You don't want to put yourself in this vulnerable position where you don't have Aegis to go with the Rapier.
Level 20 hit, you get that very strong Stone Gaze talent. Means that you press down, they can't stop. And if you're able to do it in a way, Miracle can just hold off, wait for
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
and then suddenly things are going to become incredibly
Radiant's
hard for
bottom
VP. And not that they
barracks
weren't
are
already. I
under
mean, they're losing this tier 3 tower. They know, like, well, what do they do? How do you
Dire's
step up?
middle
How do you
tower
stop
is under
this
attack.
Rapier 26 minutes in with an Aegis? He is just untouchable right now, Miracle.
Guys did a great job cutting all those creep waves, but they're pinging it. That one siege creep. That just, they could have kept themselves in this game if they didn't have that one siege creep. Or they found a way to kill. Like, they ran out and DK had devoured this one. They could have saved their match that way if they did that. Or even just died for that. I think that's a that's just, well, I'm buying back. They have Megas, but yeah.
He just boots
The
up.
game's kind of over.
It really is. DD well played is called. And hey, Nigma, they may have been punched down hard by VP in game 1, but they certainly come back and give them a good punch back here in game 2, bringing the series down to 1-1. And we're looking at getting that very exciting game 3 at Masters, of course. But the Miracle Medusa, once again, it really does feel like something that you know, they're perfected, they're very confident with.
Yes.
And I do feel that VP may have been a little too experimental. The mid tomb, no one was still able to get some good action out of it, but it meant you were putting all of the sort of the pressure to carry the game on a Spectre, and a Spectre whose game you weren't as a team able to secure pretty much at any point.